ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Geico. 35-17, the Cougs over the Bruins, thanks to a huge first half from Anthony Gordon. 5 touchdown passes. The single game record is 7, held by Gardner Minshew last year in a game against Arizona. And Gordon with the 5 TD throws, 3 of them to Aesop Winston. In that first half of play, it was a big outburst in the second quarter that opened it up. Bruins will receive here and have a chance to tighten things up to start out the second half as they look for their first win of the season. The Cougs trying to match the Cal Bears at 4-0 in the Pac-12 through the first month of play. And out to the 25-yard line for UCLA. Beth Mullins, Anthony Becht. We got Rocky Boyman with us. We've also got an amazing performance tonight from Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, you know, I love the way this kid plays. He's gotten the ball to 8 different receivers in this football game today. He's been calm in the pocket. He's got good movement skills. He's starting to check a lot of boxes off for the next level early on in this football season. And I'll tell you what, I've also been very impressed by this offensive line. We don't talk a lot about them in this high air raid offense, but this line has produced some NFL players like they did with Andre Lillard last year Dillard going to the Eagles last year in the first round. They may have a couple guys up front in the years to come.
UCLA will keep it on the ground for a few up the middle. Let's take a look at our Modelo Gold Standard stats from the first half of play. And for Washington State, 416 yards of total offense with 13 plays of at least 10 yards or better. 2 of those plays over 50 yards. First down for Joshua Kelly and UCLA. Kelly 13 carries now for 46 yards. Passing touchdown for Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Also a 100-yard kick return for a touchdown tonight. Let's check in with Rocky Boyman.
Yeah, guys, I was able to catch up with Chip Kelly. I asked him, what can you do? What adjustments can you make to try to slow down this Washington State offense? He said, look, I think we're in a good position to make plays. We just got to make them when we're there, whether it's making a play on the football or making a tackle. And then offensively, he said they're really getting disrupted by the looping 3 technique of Washington State's D-line, the way he's slanting. They want to try to minimize that here in the second half.
Bruins were able to rack up 240-plus yards in that first half. And there's a broken tackle for Demetric Felton, who had the big 100-yard kick return for a score in the first half. He runs for 7 there.
I like Felton. He was a top rusher coming in, top receiver coming in. He's multi-faceted as a player, as a kickoff returner. Find ways to get him the ball in space, Bet.
They need a conversion right here, 3rd and 1. Pressure in the backfield, hit and taken down and thrown for a loss. And it's 4th down. Jihad Woods, Nnamdi Aguayo, and a loss of 3.
Nnamdi Aguayo comes off the ball, and it's all about hitting the mesh point. Watch how they hit the mesh point right here with the quarterback and the running back right here. Boom! Knock it out. They're very lucky that fumble didn't come here. And then your partner, a free linebacker on the other side, Woods, is there to make the recovery tackle.
Travell Harris back to receive the punt. Fair catch right at the 20-yard line and a 36-yard punt. Cougars offense out for the first time in the 3rd when we return to Pullman.
Let's take a look at tonight's Zaxby's playbook, and it's about the quarterback's eyes. Watch him look over here and keep the safety from going across the field. He keeps him in the middle. That gives our guy right here up the sideline one-on-one. He gets the separation. The safety can't get there. The ball placement is spectacular. This is the difference right now that Anthony Gordon has done in this football game that's really separated him not only in this conference but in college football.
Couple of picks in the first half, but the 5 touchdown passes, 3 of them like the one we just saw there to Easop Winston. And we'll just throw this out there. You know, the record, Gardner Minshew was in the building tonight. He had 7 touchdown tosses in a game. That's the single game record here at Wazoo. We'll run it here with Max Borghi. He's been solid out across the 25. His 8th carry for better than 80 yards tonight.
He's just a tough guy to tackle. Legs are always moving, Anth, always moving forward, spinning.
Yeah, you know, and he's aggressive, and you're right, with that movement in his legs, it gives him a chance to be compact and break those tackles. He's a serious weapon out of the backfield. Now, this is an offense that really has a lot going on for him. We talked about the dispersion of all the receivers. He actually, you know, he adds as another top piece.
He had both a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown against Northern Colorado a couple of weeks ago, and he's got the first down carry right there. And that's the challenge, not only for the Bruins here in the second half, but for the rest of the Pac-12 as they move forward. They'll have to start hitting the road for some of their tougher games in the conference, including at Utah next week. And here's a Borghi burst out to the 40, wrapped up by Blaylock, and a gain of 9. Again, that offensive line continues to move the chains. Lucas and Watson, Mawingoa, Valencia, Ryan up front. 4 returning starters, all 5 guys up there better than 300 pounds. Air raid can't operate if there's not protection for the quarterback, and they've given Gordon just that tonight. And a quick hitter for another first down out to the 48-yard line.
Is it me, or does it feel like every time a receiver catches the ball, he's the guy that's supposed to get it, right? You never see anything contested. There's always space and separation. You know, it does speak about a bit about the pre-snap read as well. He's just not winging it out there. He finds the proper guy, and he gives him a chance to make a play after the catch.
36 passes already for Gordon. Connected on 24 of them, make it 25. The tunnel screen close to midfield. That was Winston. He's not used to catching them on the green grass. His last 3 catches were all in the end zone for the Cougars. And a big night for him. He and Gordon played JUCO ball together, and they've connected for 7 touchdowns now on the season. Off the play action, Gordon will drop it off to Borghi. First down and more. Down to the 35-yard line. That'll move the chains again. 15 yards through the air.
Get good protection. You run 4 receivers out there. Sometimes you forget about this guy coming out of the backfield. And if you do, we'll make you pay. He had some big plays last week's game against Houston. Got a huge play called back on a swing pass that was for a touchdown. He's a playmaker as a runner and a pass catcher.
Look, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. He's just a sophomore, but Anthony looks like a guy that, you know, could play for the Patriots, right? Just does a little bit of everything. They love those kind of guys.
Let the cat out of the bag.
Gordon looking deep down the middle, has a man there, caught for a touchdown for the 4th time tonight. And for the 6th time tonight for Anthony Gordon. I thought it was Winston, but it's actually Renard Bell with his first TD catch. But number 6 on the evening for Anthony Gordon. "35 yards. And his 8th touchdown of the season for 20 or better.
I'll tell you, they got their safeties way up, and this receiver just runs right in between them. Watch this. This is a very risky defense, and if you got speed, excellent job, great throw. big play, and my man, he's going to go celebrate with his boy in the end zone.
ESPN College Football, brought to you by Coca-Cola. Share a Coke this football season with your friends, family, and fans. And Toyota. Let's go places.
Not only Coach Leach, but last spring, Professor Leach and his class on insurgent warfare and football strategies. Hey, look at who his A student was, Gardner Minshew, in class with Coach Leach. They talked about military history, counterinsurgency, but then also Leach weaved in stories of the air raid and how it came to be and football strategies. Even had students draw up plays that they hope one day Coach Leach will use. It's Extra Yard for Teachers Week. The annual celebration led by the College Football Playoff Foundation honors great teachers across the country. To learn more about Extra Yard for Teachers, follow at CFB Extra Yard or search the hashtag Extra Yard Week.
Didn't he put it on Twitter and he got about 10,000 people that wanted to do it, and they picked, 40 or 50
They had to write 2 essays, one about counterinsurgency and another about whether or not the wishbone would work in the NFL, and that's how they narrowed down the field. And that's how you got into his class. Flags down as the throw out into the flat for Felton.
Holding, offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
This is actually one of the plays, Beth, that were handed in by one of the students. It kind of reminds me of Spider 2 wide banana. Let's imagine defenders are here. It's basically a pick route. They got the halfback coming up to pick these guys and then get the Y. The Y is the tight end, the football. I'll give that play a B+. If you're trying to get the tight end, the football, I got to give that guy a B. I don't know whose play that was, but if it was yours, you graduated from that class.
I thought it would have been pass-fail or an incomplete.
Yeah, you get the ball. You use the tight end, you get a little extra credit there. I mean, come on.
Anthony, what would have made that play an A? You gave it a B+.
An A would have been, maybe I went in motion too. He double movement, or maybe I kind of went from left to right. Showed the athleticism pre-snap, but I get it.
Bounces off the turf, incomplete. Leach, by the way, considered functionality, whether or not the play was air raid compatible, and also the creativity to come up with the play.
The kid used the tight end, so Coach gave him a C. I gave him a B+, because they don't use the tight end in the air raid, right? So I got to...
And the creativity took a hit. Was it a little too close to Spider?
Yeah, I think it was okay. It was definitely different, for sure.
Yeah. 3rd and 15 right here. Blitz coming off the edge. Thompson Robinson gets away from it. The pass underthrown, incomplete. Intended for Asiasi, and it's 4th down.
Kind of off schedule now if you're UCLA's offense. You have a game plan coming in. You want to kind of do what you want to do. There's Chip Kelly having a conversation with his young tight end, maybe about the depth of his route, the spot he was supposed to be in, but he does love his tight ends, Beth, and they will be a factor here at some point, if not this season, definitely next year.
Travell Harris back at his own 35. And it's actually fielded by the up man, short, with room to run. Aesop Winston down to the 5-yard line.
Tell me, man, they are deep, Beth. The receivers that have quickness, move, speed. Heck, they got 2 guys dropping on this. UCLA didn't realize it. And he's not afraid to catch that in traffic, and he goes. One guy to beat, gets caught from behind. But I'll tell you now, this offense is humming.
45 yards on the return, and that sets them up 1st and goal at the 6. They just covered 80 yards for a touchdown a few moments ago, and now a much shorter field to work with. Borgie and McIntosh in the backfield with Gordon. A touchdown pass here would tie the single-game school record. He's looking for one. And he's got one. He just tied Gardner Minshew's record with a 7th TD pass of the night.
With 6 minutes left in the third quarter. It's a heck of a job. Their big receiver, Patman here. Nobody touches him. Great. Look at the hands swallowing that ball. I mean, he's got gigantic hands. That's the guy you want to throw to in the red zone.
How far is Anthony Gordon going to move up on the Heisman watch list after this performance?
Heck, NFL watch list. I mean, this guy's got it all. He's been doing it all today. Anthony Gordon, his 7th touchdown, tying the record with Minshew, his quarterback last year. Unbelievable showing by this young man.
7 touchdown passes to 5 different guys. They've scored on each of their last 5 possessions. And Gordon has tied the school record. Will they give him an opportunity to try and break it? We still got 7 minutes to go in the third. And a 49-17 Wazoo lead. Beth Mowins, Anthony Beck, Rocky Boyman with you tonight here in Pullman. And at one point at the end of the first quarter, this was a 10-7 lead for UCLA. A lot's changed since then. How much will change for Anthony Gordon in the Caesars Sportsbook tomorrow? There's your Heisman odds with Tua, Hurts, and Joe Burrow at the top.
I got a guy, Beth, I made a call in the commercial break.
Oh.
He told me it may go up to 10-1.
What?
You never know. You never know. I'm just saying.
How reliable is this source?
It's not confirmed.
I think Fields may get a nice bump after his performance today.
I
for
like
Ohio
multiple
State.
guys in the mix. It's good to have multiple players.
But hey, Gordon is, #1 in the country coming into the game in passing yards and passing touchdowns. He, in all likelihood, will hold on to both of those through the first month of the season. Is he the Joe Burrow of the West Coast? Kind of unexpected uncertainty, I guess, might be the better way to say it at the start of the season. Didn't know what you were going to get. But boy, have they performed well through the first few games of the year. As Dorian runs for the first down, a gain of 14.
UCLA has to find a way to mitigate the damage here, get some first downs, put a drive together. I mean, heck, you only need 6 yards on a punt return to score a touchdown. It's way too easy right now for Washington State.
Good push again, but a nice broken tackle. Kelly, first down yardage inside the 44.
It's a heck of a run by Kelly. Dead in the waters in the backfield. I don't know how he gets out of this, Beth. I mean, he's got a free hitter coming off the edge, 2 of them. Both guys get blown up. He's able to wiggle out of it. You can see he's got a little more bounce in his step, Beth. He was a little banged up the last couple weeks. Coach Kelly said he's fresher. He's got a little pop in practice, and clearly that move right there is something they want to see a little more of.
15 carries now, 60 yards for Joshua. Give it to him again, and he's going to give one back there. Good pursuit up front. Lamont McDougal, Tristan Brock. You don't hear as much about the Cougar defense, of course, because there's so much of the spotlight on the offense, but it's a defense that's only allowed 16 points per game to date. The competition will stiffen for them now that they're in Pac-12 play.
That defense, Beth, as you mentioned, the biggest thing they do is they take the ball away. Had 9 coming in, have had, what, 1 or 2 tonight. That's the name of the game in defense anymore. You can give up yards, but you've got to get the takeaways, and they're doing it.
Third and 6. They beat the blitz, and then the pass is dropped by Felton. 4th down, and will the offense just go ahead and stay here? We'll get a couple more receivers on and go for it here on 4th and 6. Rifles it down the middle, caught inside the 5. Jalen Irwin, 1st and goal.
Good job, protection. The pocket's good, so he's able to step up, but he keeps his eyes down the field and finds the open receiver.
There's a flag down, too, in the backfield after the play. Did they just pick it up? No.
Crowd clearly not happy. I think they picked it up.
Yep. 1st and goal. They'll run it up the middle. Stuffed inside the 1.
This is actually good for this defense to see if Washington State can hold up. Remember, we talked about their defensive line being very light. You know, it's 260, 270. This is where teams can get an advantage. Offensive linemen can come off the ball. See if they can make something happen here up front.
Quarterback will keep it. Touchdown, Bruins. Thompson Robinson with the TD run.
Great sell there by DTR on that one. He's been selling that all night, handing it off. Fools everybody, and there's Devin Asiasi blocking it up on the edge. Easiest one he'll get probably this season.
9 plays, 75 yards in just over 3 minutes. Extra point is good for Molson. Well, from a busy Saturday of college football into the NFL tomorrow, and then of course Monday Night Football with the Bears and the Redskins in a matchup that dates back to the 1930s. Coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown at 6. Then kickoff 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN, Deportes, and the ESPN app. Washington has had its way with the Bears in recent years, but the longest home winning streaks on Monday Night Football right now, well, the Redskins are sitting on 6 in a row. Monday night hasn't always been kind in the nation's capital.
Tough game against the Bears.
A lot of folks crowded up around for the kickoff here, and now they'll spread out and separate. So will we see more of Anthony Gordon here after the kickoff? He is sitting on 7 passing touchdowns tonight. That ties Gardner Minshew's school record. Here's a sampling for you.
I mean, just spreading the ball around, finding his guys, catchable balls, keeping his receivers out of trouble, being on the same page. He's as clean as he's been, and his lineman gives him a nice bear hug, saying thank you for the protection. It's been good all night.
And so now will he try and set the new school record? 371 yards passing, 7 touchdown throws to 5 different guys. Winston, Patman, Harris, Bell, and Martin. Aesop's caught 3 of them. And the slant there to Fisher. And did the ball come out at the tail end of that, or was it blown dead?
The referees kind of let
No,
that
they're going to
thing.
give it to the Bruins here. 3rd takeaway tonight for the Bruin D.
I think they're arguing here that may have been stopped, but the whistle didn't blow. He's got it, catches it, bunch of guys there. I mean, how long do we go here, right, till it gets pulled out? It's interesting. Is it like dead or?
Boy, and actually was his elbow down anyway. Let's see.
That's a great point, Beth. Nothing yet on the ball. There's his elbow right there. Ball's still inside the body.
And this one will go to review.
Good catch. Elbows down, ball's still in. So that to me, that gets overturned. I think there's enough evidence there that shows ball controlled into the body, elbow down, ball's not out yet, ball's not out yet. Now it's out. We'll see. If anything, though, that took a while for the referees to, four guys to kind of swap. It could have been.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, at that point, four guys, you don't want anybody to get hurt, but he wasn't really going anywhere. Make that five guys. Somebody's head popped in there. I didn't see it, but it's a gang tackle right there, Beth. It's swarming to the football.
Yep. Well, certainly on the UCLA side right now, you're looking for takeaways, right? You're looking for some positives in the last quarter plus. You're looking for a little momentum to take with you down to Arizona next weekend, because it certainly looks like you're headed towards 0-4 as it stands now.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called. First down, UCLA.
I guess the only thing I can think of is that they can't confirm that the ball wasn't out of his body or out in front of it where we couldn't see it. So it wasn't indisputable video evidence for the referee to overturn.
All right, so the Bruins with the takeaway and good field position. Thompson Robinson with the time, fires it downfield, caught by Cota. Did he stay up? Yes, he did. Touchdown, UCLA.
Hold on now.
And they're not done yet. 37 yards for the score.
It's a heck of a job. Clean pocket, great protection. Man, just missed the tip by the safety, and that's great concentration right there on the catch by Cota.
How about Chase's day? 3 catches, 120 yards, and a touchdown on 5 targets. And there are the Bruins.
Give that kid some credit right there.
Yep.
He's standing in the pocket. He's getting better every week. This is clearly his best game of the season. He gets some time. Look at the fight by the offensive line. It's a tight throw right there, getting it over the safety. It's a heck of a drop, dropping it in there, and the concentration to bring it in. It's got the UCLA sidelines and players excited. And that's probably, Beth, going to keep Anthony Gordon in the game.
Yeah. Harrison Fisher will be back deep here to receive. 3:33 to go in the third. UCLA, the takeaway and the quick strike. Things getting interesting again. And into the end zone for the touchback. Boomer and TJ are back with NFL Primetime every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Plus and only on ESPN Plus. To get ESPN Plus, download the app or go to ESPNplus.com.
And guys, remember I mentioned coming into this game, one of the biggest things that UCLA's defense was not doing well was turning the ball over. Just 2 on the season coming in, and that was in their first game. Went 3 weeks without any. Tonight they get 3. Big time plays there by this defense.
Oh, and as a result, they're putting more points on the board, Rocky. They've got a special team score tonight. Completion to Bell for a couple.
Crowd is still upset about that call with their last UCLA turnover.
Averaging 49 points per game, and they're right at that now, still with 3 minutes to go here in the third. Gordon all day to find his man, and another missed tackle by the Bruins as Harris takes it across midfield. First down and a gain of 22.
Only 180 pounds, but these receivers are tough now. Harris is catching this in the middle of the defense where all the heavy hitters are. Not only does he break the tackle, he takes on a hit. It's really nice to see. I mean, you could throw it to any of these guys, and they're fearless going through the middle of the field.
Gordon, another 400-yard passing game for Anthony.
That's awesome.
Incomplete as Blaylock tried to jump that route out on the edge. Last guy to throw for 400 against UCLA, Mike Bercovici of ASU, back in 2014. And second down, Borghi. Boy, look at him lower his head properly and get a little more yardage.
Hey, he just gets himself very compact, low, and kind of balls himself up, and he's just hard to wrap around him. He just bounces off guys, just runs them over.
They always talk about guys running behind their pads. That's exactly what he does. His shoulder's about 2.5 feet off the ground. It's hard to find a place to tackle him.
And with that run, guys, Max hits 100 for the night. He's averaging 9 yards per carry. Third down and 4, and they're going for it all. Incomplete. Down around the 10-yard line. Intended for Tay Martin, and it's 4th down.
Now comes a big decision here, Beth,
Yeah.
with 4th down coming up. As we watch this, just trying to run by the DB. DB's trying to hook him with his hand. Both of those guys kind of pushing each other. They haven't punted it in this game yet, Washington State, and clearly they're not afraid to go for it on 4th and 4. Remember, Arconado's not in the game. He's his go-to guy on 3rd down. Been banged up from the first half.
Yep. So UCLA calls the timeout. No, Washington State did. They'll have 2 left. And they'll talk about a 4th and 4.
And guys, Anthony just mentioned Arconado. It was about early in the second quarter. He went in motion, and I saw him kind of come up limping, like something happened behind his knee, something like a hamstring, I don't know, and he just kind of limped over the sideline. He's not been back since.
So they may be punting.
Yeah, they're going to change their mind here and bring out the punter. So we'll see Oscar Dragicevic for the first time. So 11 straight possessions without having to punt it away. And now for the first time, they will do it. Kyle Phillips back at the 10. Pooch from Dragicevic. And the fair catch down at the 5, a 37-yard punt, but very effective. It will leave the Bruins 94 yards away. So now the Bruins still got time. You got over 16 minutes to play. For Dorian Thompson-Robinson, course, keep in your hip pocket for a while here. That heave at the end of the first half, they were a yard shy of a Hail Mary score. And they got it going again. Felton with a stiff arm. Felton with another stiff arm. Demetric Felton. A 100-yard kick return earlier tonight, and now a 94-yard touchdown catch and run.
This is an angle route out of the backfield. Heck of a play design. And I'll tell you what now, Washington State better start playing ball here in the second half, because UCLA is not giving up. Look at the protection. Can't speak enough about it. And I'll tell you what now, Felton can run, folks. Stiff arm, get out of my way. He's got speed, hard to stop. Heck of a play, one and done, touchdown.
And all of a sudden, Thompson Robinson, 358 yards passing, 3 TDs. Felton doing the legwork for him there for 94 yards. And what a job by UCLA when things could have really gone south for them. They are right back in this thing.
Yeah, check this out. You got him back here. He's going to run an angle route and then hit the seam. Watch this. Just pulls the defender, gets him wide. Watch him turn his hips outside. He hits that seam. Now he's got to split the defenders with speed. Watch the stiff arm right here. Coming up. Boom, right there. Bam. That's nice. Getting real big, pushing off the defender. It's a heck of a play. That's a big-time catch, big-time throw. And guess what, folks? Don't go to bed yet. We got a ball game.
And guys, just had a great moment right there. Chip Kelly came over to his quarterback, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. So pleased with it. He said, son, that's how you do it. Really pleased with how calm and cool and collected he was delivering that football.
Going through some growing pains for this offense. Inexperienced young guys up front. Inexperience at the quarterback. Thompson-Robinson, very few starts, even as a senior in high school coming into college. And then the new receiving core around him.
You guys remember 87 out of 110 players on this UCLA roster in their first or second season. So a very, very young team, but Chip Kelly thinks right now this team's starting to come together.
They've scored 21 points in the last 2.5 minutes.
It's a great job. You know, this offensive line has been scrutinized pretty heavily throughout the season. I haven't seen this kid get touched early on, and even into the second, definitely not in the second half of this game. Those guys should get pats on the back as well, because they've kept it clean. And when it's been clean, DTR has taken advantage.
Borghi with a nice bounce to the outside and a run for 9 more. Elisha Guidry came on to make the tackle. 109 yards rushing now for Max. Motion man is Bell. Plenty of time to pick out a receiver. Another broken tackle, a couple of them, and the ball is out.
Wow.
And the Bruins have forced another takeaway, and they've got it at the Wazoo 35. 2 takeaways through their first 3 games, 4 tonight, but we do have a flag to check on.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 24, 15-yard penalty, first down. His first of the game.
Well, this is a nice job catching and being aggressive, but watch this. Watch Patman holding the ball with the inside arm, folks. Not a good spot to hold it, because that's where the defenders are coming. Great job by number 24, Shaw, punching it out. And that's because the ball's on the wrong hand going to the left sideline, and he pays the price for it. I'll tell you what, UCLA is about to pick up some momentum here, getting the ball back.
Jay Shaw with the punch out, Elijah Gates with the recovery, but then Jay Shaw is the guy that took the penalty as well. So it's back to midfield here for UCLA. Thompson Robinson runs for 4. Make that 5.
I'll tell you what, the protection's been so good, and you're going to have Washington State now playing a lot more coverage. Look for DTR, the quarterback, to maybe have a huge run in one of these series with DBs out in space and maybe some running lanes for him.
Legs still churning for Joshua Kelly. And a first down for UCLA. They were in big trouble, down 49-17.
That's the end of the third quarter.
And they rattle off 21 unanswered. And they are on the move again as we head to the 4th in Pullman.
Can you feel the rush shaking all over your senses? Can you feel the rush breaking down all your defenses? Can you feel the rush? Can you feel it?
Deep ball down the middle inside the 10-yard line. Caught by Greg Dulcich.
This kid's on fire, Beth. He can't be stopped right now. He's in the zone. He hasn't missed a receiver basically in the entire second half, and the output has been unbelievable.
31 yards on that play. Got it in his hands again. Look into the back of the end zone. Touchdown. Asiasi, and it's a 28-point run right now for the Bruins.
Chip Kelly's drawing some plays out now, man. He is bringing out the playbook on this one. They tried this play way early in the game. Watch Devin Asiasi block and then go to the back. DTR sells it all the way over here, and he just trusts it. Remember, he missed it. He overthrew it earlier in the game. Well, they got a chance to run it again, and the defense did not read it.
And they're going to go for 2 right here to make this a field goal difference on the scoreboard. To the end zone. Coda's got it. Down 32 midway through the third quarter. They are now within 3.
They can't do wrong. They have not done anything wrong this second half, UCLA. They are on fire right now. Dorian Thompson-Robinson finding the tight end in the back. They get the 2-point conversion. They can't be stopped. Washington State better wake up because UCLA is back.
Through the first 3 games of the season, UCLA scored a grand total of 42 points. They have dropped 29 in the last 5 minutes. And during the break, Dorian Thompson-Robinson in some pain over on the bench. A moment after there, he stood up and walked around trying to catch his breath. 4 consecutive touchdown drives. Trying to erase a huge night for Anthony Gordon, tying the school record with 7 TD passes, a career night for DTR, and for UCLA's Demetric Felton, 2 scores of over 90 yards tonight, aided in that third quarter by a couple of Washington State turnovers.
You know, me and Rocky were talking before the game, and we're thinking, what can UCLA do? They've just been in a funk, and Rocky said, hey, at some point it's going to click. And tonight, DTR has found it, and he's got some confidence. He is as hot as any quarterback right now in this second half.
The question, guys, is going to be what injury did he sustain while he was getting looked at on the sideline. I saw a trainer with a hand up underneath his pads, maybe a rib, something like that, but he stood up and looked like he was in considerable pain.
Rocky was just taking some warm-up throws behind the bench. He hit on his last 6 passes for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in what could not only be a season-changing moment, but a program turning point under Chip Kelly here tonight. If they can come all the way back from a 32-point second-half deficit. So how does Washington State respond to the adversity? They'll start with a first down right there, out across the 35. The teams have combined for over 1,000 yards of total offense. Both are pushing the 50-point mark tonight. Gordon behind the receiver, and a nice grab. Reaching out for it was Renard Bell. Gain of 5. Gordon, 429 yards, Anthony, to go with those 7 touches.
Bell had some room there. I mean, had his feet set, just a little off target.
Fans are reacting. They just showed the replay on the big screen here. They thought there should have been a penalty at the end of the play for the extra push. 2nd and 5. Try that tunnel screen again, looking for some yak from Harris. And he's about a yard shy of the line to gain.
It's monster 3rd down here. Remember last time Washington State didn't get it. They did not go for it on 4th down. Can the defensive line here step up, get the push they need, and get to the quarterback, or potentially get the handoff here on 3rd down?
Gordon caught out at midfield for the first down. Aesop Winston. And a gain of 4.
Ball placement. I mean, that was just unbelievable. Borgie picking up the blitz and just having the plan, trusting the receiver on the spot, putting it where exactly he can catch it, moves the chains. It's a heck of a job here. Watch this. Boom, whips it out, gets the ball out right when the receiver's turning outside to turn it up the field. Beautiful throw.
So we'll get the call. Burrows his way for a couple of yards.
There better be some conversations with the wide receivers and running backs right now about ball security. Last 2 turnovers have come from UCLA's defense smacking away, ripping away at that football.
After scoring on 5 straight possessions, they have been denied the last 3, with 2 of those ending in turnovers. Pressure coming, and a first down throw down inside the 35 to Bell.
Those crossing routes have been tough in the middle. They try to drop a defender in the zone. He can't quite get it, and Bell just turns it up. There's nobody home inside. If you're dropping a defensive end to the middle of the field, it's just too far for him to run. Easy throw and catch, good protection up front.
First down, trying to direct traffic, and will wisely throw that one away. Good coverage downfield for UCLA.
They basically had all day. He was spinning around for really no reason. There was nobody around him on that one. You're right, the coverage was excellent there.
Bruins getting some substitutions on, some fresh legs, including Lucier South.
He's on the edge right here. Hadn't played his first 2 games. He's their leading sack TFL guy last year.
Over the top, and it's caught at the 10 and into the end zone. Aesop Winston with the touchdown. A flag is down. But if it stands, it's a new single-game school record. 8th touchdown for Anthony Gordon, 4 times to Winston.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, personal foul, face mask, defense number 1. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
On a night when Gardner Minshew was in the house, Gordon takes one of his records away. 9-play drive, 75 yards. And what a night, too, for Winston. 9 catches, 100 yards on the evening.
UCLA defense trying to go again with no safety. And once Gordon sees that, he knows his receiver can beat him one-on-one off the ball, and he throws a dime on the outside. And, folks, that's the single-game record. 8th touchdown pass of the game.
ESPN College Football is presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And in part by Mitsubishi Motors. Drive your ambition.
Washington State University's gourmet ice cream shop. Terrific ice cream, gourmet coffee, and award-winning Cougar cheese, all from the cows right here in Pullman. And what a night for the offenses, Washington State and UCLA. 56-46, Cougs on top, and a record-setting night for Anthony Gordon. You're reading that right, folks. 8 touchdown passes to 5 different guys. Aesop Winston just caught his 4th of the night. So that is now 20 on the year in 4 games for Gordon. He might have his own stat line in team passing touchdowns when the stats come out on Monday. Beth Mowens, Anthony Beck, Rocky Boynton. UCLA putting a big scare in the Cougars here late in the 4th, but Gordon, what a night for him.
How's the guy have 8 touchdowns? And we're maybe talking about UCLA's quarterback in the second half. Dorian Thompson-Robinson has played spectacular, out of his mind. He's kept this team in it in the second half, but really the strong arm, the quick decisions of Anthony Gordon has this offense of Washington State back in the end zone again. Does UCLA have an answer for that score?
Oh, and the hurdle over the defender there by Joshua Kelly. And a first down for the Bruins.
This is a heck of a job. Doesn't even get touched. He's lining that one. Clean jump. Clears the hurdle here. Boom. Look at that one. That's nice.
18 yards on the run. They'll pick up some more there. And for Kelly, 20th carry for 90 yards.
Well, UCLA started this game, Beth, remember, with 4 tight ends in the game. Ever since they've spread it out here in the second half, the passing game has opened up. These guys, these receivers, have proved to Coach Kelly that they deserve to be on the field.
DTR slings it out wide. Felton making people miss all night long, and he's got 17 more yards there.
Remember, Felton was a receiver last year. Been working running back, wide receiver. He can make you miss. Looked like a replica of his kickoff return in this game, just shifting his body around defenders and making big plays.
How about we just call him playmaker after what he's been doing tonight? 4 catches for 120 yards and a touchdown, 4 carries. And the big special teams play, 220 all-purpose. Back in a moment. Welcome back to the Pac-12 on ESPN. Pac-12 After Dark on the West Coast, wee hours of the morning back east, and we got a slugfest in Pullman. A 10-point Wazoo lead, UCLA on the move. Thompson-Robinson dancing, running, chucking it out. And he will struggle a bit to pop back up. He took a hit on their last drive, was in some pain on the sideline. He's going to take another one here.
Been impressed. This kid's playing a little gimpy right now, but he's been tough as nails. Remember, he's a true freshman. Those numbers, folks.
Down the seam, Cota continues continues a big night. First and goal, UCLA.
I feel like this play is being continued to be run here. They're just slicing through. The safeties are so close on defense that nobody's home in the middle of the field. If you can't catch or stay with the inside receiver, you're toast. And right now, DTR is finding them multiple times.
And guys, DTR, 54% completion percentage coming into this game. He is on fire right now. He can't miss.
He'll keep it. He's already got one rushing touchdown, and now he's got another. Limping into the end zone for UCLA. And a PAT away from keeping this thing at a 3-point deficit. 6 plays, 70 yards in 158. They have now scored more points tonight than in their first 3 points combined.
Little confidence builder. And prior to those 2 plays, in that timeout, Mike Leach was fired up at his defense. Angry.
Molson's PAT is good. We've crossed the century mark on the scoreboard. We've still got 8:10 to play.
They continue to keep bringing the pressure on. UCLA, big play down the field. DTR runs it in. Your eyeballs are burning at home. I know they are. Just stay up with us. We got a good one in Pullman.
A career night for Dorian Thompson-Robinson, playing through some pain right now. He has led UCLA on 5 straight scoring drives to match what Washington State did earlier tonight. And they have erased a 32-point third-quarter deficit. Save the 3 they are still staring at on the scoreboard. Let's take a look at tonight's Experian Boost, brought to you by Experian. And DTR is showing us a little something tonight.
Really accurate in this football game. This has been the best game, clearly, of his career. A lot of potential. Struggled with accuracy. Rocky talked about a 54% coming into this game. But he is a different ball player in this second half. He has taken this team on his shoulder, and he's going to need a cold tub after this because he's been limpy, he's been taking shots, he's been fighting through it. This kid's a ball player, man. I like the way his effort is today.
And remember, this is only his 3rd year playing the quarterback position, mostly a wide receiver in high school until his senior year.
Out of Bishop Gorman in Vegas. Pass incomplete across the middle. Oh, and it was earlier this week that they had the quarterback and the coach on the hot seat in LA. That talk may be cooling considerably after the performance tonight, whether they win or lose.
Folks wanted a PI on UCLA's defense. Gordon was trying to do a little fake slip screen down the sidelines, and it got him off target to the guy running across the middle of the field. Travell Harris wasn't able to get the completion.
Gordon, that one's broken up. 3rd down and long.
Let's go back to that first play. Comes late across the middle. And again, you see the defender. That's not that bad. He kind of tried to stop with him, put his hands on him. I would not call that pass interference. But again, a little late on that throw. And that last throw, Beth, not in a great position in front of the receiver. The defender was right on it.
On 3rd and 10, Gordon running out of time, will step up and throw it deep down the middle, incomplete. On his 56th pass attempt of the night, and UCLA will force the punt.
He's got time. Mike Leach is clearly confused. He wants to talk. Chip Kelly's getting the ball back. Coaching here.
spiraling towards the left side. And the Bruins will be able to bring it back.
Wow.
They've already got one special team score tonight. Phillips with one man to beat, and he does. And UCLA scores for the 6th time in a row that they've had the football, and they take the lead.
This crowd is stunned, and I'm in shock. This has been the funnest game of the day with all the offense and everything, all the big numbers being put up. UCLA fighting this entire game, doing it on special teams. Kickoff return for 100 earlier in the game. Now they get the punt return for 69 yards.
What a comeback for the Bruins. At this point in the 3rd quarter, midway through, they were down 32.
This is crazy. Look at this score. Mike Leach is beside himself. Check this out. You think he's got him and misses. Nobody's home. Where's the defenders? Everybody's just kind of getting in place. UCLA still blocking it up. Don't tell that to Kyle Phillips. He's going to run right by you. Punter, number 94. If you got a 94 and you weigh less than 200 pounds, you're probably not making that tackle. And he's running out of plays. That sheet's not very big. They got to come up with something big here because clearly UCLA has an advantage.
They were down 34 to Texas A&M a couple of years ago and rallied to win, the biggest in school history. A memorable one brewing right now. And you've got to give some credit to the defense with the 4 takeaways. It was a 2 turnovers in the 3rd quarter that swung the momentum in UCLA's favor.
And Beth, when would you say when a quarterback throws for 8 touchdowns, it's not enough to win this football game?
That's incredible. Don't forget, next Saturday, we'll have number 6 Ohio State and Nebraska from Lincoln. That's also been announced as the site for Saturday morning College game day. And then the game Saturday night, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, ABC and your ESPN app. Terrific finish today. Pittsburgh upsetting UCF. Georgia, Notre Dame tonight down to the wire in the final play of the game. And now UCLA with a stunning comeback. And a huge second half. In a search for their first win of the season. That punt return, by the way, for Phillips, the first for UCLA since Maurice Jones-Drew back in 2005. Borghi gets the call for the first down.
First time this crowd's been excited in about 10 minutes here, guys.
O-line picks up the pressure. But the coverage again, strong downfield.
I'll tell you now, the one thing UCLA hasn't been able to do is penetrate this offensive line of this. Watch the coverage. I mean, everybody's got a guy picked up. See everybody? Pause it right there. Nobody's open. All these guys, they're all covered right here. Nowhere to go. He tries to dump it off late. Again, they may not get a pass rush, but putting a lot of stress on these DBs, and they're coming up big, Beth, in the second half.
Gordon has missed on 5 of his last 6 throws. And that one incomplete, intended for Harris. And it's 3rd down. And we'll reiterate what Anthony just said a moment ago. Is it possible that Anthony Gordon's 8 touchdown passes tonight will not be enough? with the stunning Bruins comeback this evening. Gordon, Borghi out of the backfield. First down and a beautiful cut to spring himself. And he'll break another tackle. And now Wazoo is back in front. Yards. As Anthony Gordon says, what, 8? 8's not enough? Do we need 9? I'll get you 9.
You may get more. You may need more.
8th pass play of over 20 yards.
You know, last week against Houston, Beth, he had a wheel route that was spectacular, got called back for a touchdown. Don't sleep on this kid. All these receivers all of a sudden in space make somebody miss. Look at that move. We said he's got a little Christian McCaffrey in him. Look at the speed and acceleration getting by the safety who had an angle on him. It's just a heck of a job here. Unbelievable, making 2 guys miss. He's a game changer. Every time he touches the ball, something good happens. He's got over 100 yards rushing the ball today. Phenomenal game, and hey, 9 touchdowns so far for Gordon.
This is nuts. 556 yards with the 9 TDs for Gordon. Thompson Robinson, a record-setting night for him. 440 yards, 4 touchdown passes. And over 1,300 yards of total offense.
I mean, how many more plays do these guys have? Coach Leach has got a little sheet of paper. Chip's got a little folder there. I mean, these guys keep pulling it out, man. Look at this thing. Those aren't even play. That sheet doesn't count. I don't know what that is. It's got a couple tabs there. Has he got one for plays over 60 points? Because they're going to need them. Got a flag down.
I think it was offsides on the kickoff team, guys.
Correction. UCLA has elected a re-kick with a 5-yard penalty.
Oh, man, the way they've been receiving
State
the ball,
kick it again.
Seriously.
A 100-yard kick return for a score, a 69-yard punt return for a score.
Love to have the cloud over his head. What's he thinking? You know, it's just craziness, this game. And
123 points on the board. There have been some very good moves by the offensive players. There have been an awful lot of missed tackles by the defensive players. And at this point, survival of the fittest, get a win, and don't worry about the numbers for both sides. Both are averaging 9+ yards per play. Fair catch at the 10, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
And think about this, Beth. With all these points, both teams' offensive lines have been spectacular.
Yep.
The pass protection has been off the chains. UCLA hasn't given up a sack, and Washington State has only given up 1. It's just amazing. And look at these yards. I mean, this is not a video game here, folks. 1,296 yards. That's right. I got to be in math. That's a lot.
Sports writers with their Sunday morning quarterback columns waiting to be written are saying, come on. DTR looking, finding his man. First down, Bruins out to the 38. Jalen Irwin.
This is a completely different quarterback than we've seen the first 3 games of the season. He looks calm, cool, collected, finding the routes, delivering the ball.
Pass caught out to the 45-yard line. You can't help but think of the founders of the game. 150th anniversary, right there on his jersey of college football. Back to the days before there wasn't even a forward pass. 91 forward passes so far tonight. Under duress. Runs away from the pressure. And out into the open across midfield for the first down.
Wasn't he just limping the last series? I mean, this kid's running on pure adrenaline right now. Remember, he's a #1 dual threat quarterback coming out of high school a few years ago, and he wants to pass today, but he makes a great decision here. Doesn't take the sack. He's able to scramble, get big yards with his legs, protect his body running out of bounds. You like the maturation right now, this quarterback in front of your eyes if you're a UCLA fan.
Just picked up 10 more yards there. Blitz coming up the middle. Incomplete, and this is going to be defensive pass interference on Rogers. Grabbed a hold of Felton. It's been the only way to stop Dimitri.
Pass interference. Defense number 37. The ball will be placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
That's a play they ran earlier for a touchdown. The long one to Felton, an angle route. And he gets an advantage at the outside. Rogers, the linebacker, has to pull him. He would have had separation on him. Easy call.
Got room to run again. Lost the football. Knocked free by Brock at the 22-yard line.
Look at his scrum. Wow, how he
And
gets that
UCLA
back.
will keep it.
Wow. Ball's out. I don't know. The ball's not even near him. It's under his body. He's able to kind of cradle it back in, I think, right there. That's a good job. He gets lucky here now. Good job scraping it out. And it literally, he turns around and it falls right back into, look, the ball's behind him. He just flips around, comes right back to his body. Man, it's just, today is his day because you can't do wrong right now.
Gain of 16, first down. And a timeout call by Washington State.
Timeout, Washington State.
So 4:06 to go. Washington State has just used its final timeout. UCLA has 3 left. And here is what the two quarterbacks have done tonight. Over 1,000 yards on 91 attempts. They've combined for 13 touchdown passes.
DTR's got 63 yards rushing too, so add that to the 460. That gives you about 520-ish, 530. He's right next to Gordon. I mean, both of these guys have been unbelievable. It's been a fun game to watch.
We're told, by the way, that the review booth is still looking at that last play. You may have heard the reaction from the fans. They thought that a Cougar came out of the bottom of the pile with the football, Dallas Hobbs, but it had already been signaled as UCLA ball. And now Washington State will challenge the call.
The question is, are they going to be able to show a change of possession? So it was challenged. Trying to see change of possession here is going to be tough, being that they said UCLA recovered it. Again, right there, it looks like it comes back to his body. And from there, I don't know. I mean, anything could have happened at that point. That angle's not going to help. Again, we got the clear angles of the ball coming out. Flips around, comes back into his body. Again, that's not going to show anything from a change of possession. We're giving you all, folks, so you can see it. There, it looks like it's tucked against his body.
Yeah.
I mean, whether he's fighting for it underneath or not doesn't matter. Still ends up in his hands. So this will be our last angle. I just don't see anything confirming. We got so many cameras here, Beth. So here's the ball. He looks like he's cradled up on it.
Yeah.
And maybe it gets pulled out. I mean,
I just don't see enough to overturn the
No.
call on the
No.
field. It's got to be indisputable video evidence.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called. First down.
.406 to play in a three-point game that was midway through the third quarter, a 32-point Wazoo lead. DTR caught by Felton to the 20. By the way, the kicking game for UCLA, they have one field goal all year. That was a 31-yarder in the first half tonight.
I don't even see him warming up, Beth. Out of this set now, you have the slicing route in the middle here.
Pressure coming. Good job. Up front by Aguayo. 3rd and 8.
Both shot by both players there. Aguayo with the pressure and UTR throwing it out of bounds.
Molson going through the motions on the sideline. They don't have him with the net and the ball right now. If it would come to that.
Devin Asiasi right here, maybe.
Timeout UCLA. Well, you talk about two of the brilliant offensive minds in college football in the last couple of decades with Chip Kelly and Mike Leach going head-to-head here for over 120 points. Who's going to have the ball last? And what's Kelly got in store right here?
You know, I kind of read his lips talking to Coda there about slicing, hit seam, middle, something up the seam. Whether he'll be the main guy they'll look at or someone that clears it out for another player. But again, Washington State with this 3rd and long on defense to try to get a stop.
Line to gain is the 12. Thompson Robinson, flag down, pass is incomplete down the near sideline. Looking for Felton, and it's a hold against UCLA. So they decline this here and make it 4th down? Or you got to push them back for the yardage?
Holding. Offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
Yeah, you got a kicker that doesn't have a lot of great range. Push him back. Pass rush is getting a little more. See that tackle to the ground there was the hold. Number 70, Anderson. Biggest play of the game here.
Out of the backfield, Felton breaks a tackle, gets it down to the 17-yard line, And it's 4th down.
Gets him a little closer here to potentially kick it. Chip's not quite sure if he trusts this.
Yeah.
Molson's kind of waiting behind. Looks like he's going to keep his offense out there.
They'll pass on what would be a 36-yard field goal and go for it on 4th.
And he made one earlier.
Incomplete, and the Cougars will get it with 2:38 to go as Hicks breaks it up.
Went to the well one too many times to Felton out of the backfield. Good job by Hicks staying home here. Watch him, Felton to the outside. He's going to swing. He's got nowhere else to go. Hicks is right there on the spot. Makes the tackle and knocks it out. Big decision there. He had a 36-yard field goal.
And still 2 timeouts to work with for the Bruins as they turn it over on downs. .238 to play here for Anthony Gordon with the 9 touchdown passes on the night. And they're going to get whistled here, I believe, for the false start.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense number 63. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
So the offensive lines haven't made mistakes all night. Last play for UCLA, they have a hold. And then first play here for Washington State, they get the false start that pushes them back. UCLA now in a lot better spot here defensively with those 2 timeouts.
On a team that's only run it 20 times in 80 plays tonight, do they? Well, they don't stay on the ground to work the clock. They'll go to the air.
Ball's out.
Isak Winston, and he was ruled down before the ball popped out.
It's close. Good swiping at it. Man, does he ever get control of that? It's kind of definitely was kind of bobbling up on his chest here. Right there. Does he re-grab control? Again, watch this now. Ball's kind of bobbling here, Beth. See the ball bobbling? Yep. The ball is bobbling. Does he regain control of it? I don't know if he does. And now does UCLA jump on it right away? I don't know if we'll take a look at this or what, but clearly ball's moving. It looks like no control there right at that point. I don't think it ever get recontrolled. That ball is out right there, in my opinion. And right there is a quick pickup by UCLA. Question is, looks like referees putting the headsets on.
They're going to review it, and this might get overturned for the Bruins.
Could you imagine? That'll be the 3rd fumble by a wide receiver for Washington State in this game. And you got players jumping on the sidelines right now for UCLA, looking up at the big screen.
Chris Barnes knocked it out. Josh Woods recovered it. But the ruling on the field was the receiver was down, and it stays with Washington State. So they need indisputable evidence to overturn it.
And one more time, clearly the ball is being bobbled by the receiver. Watch this. Boom, excellent job there. The ball's bobbling. He doesn't have control of the ball. Still, it's moving. To me, right there, it's moving. It's dropping down. Doesn't matter if his knee touches if the ball's moving, because it was bobbling prior to that. Does he ever regain possession off that first bobble? That's the question. If they say he doesn't, to me, that looks like a fumble. And an immediate recovery by UCLA. And they're taking it. That's a big one.
Wow. down 3, 2:27 to go. A moment ago, UCLA passed on an opportunity to kick a 36-yard field goal, did not make it on 4th down, turned it over. And now are the Cougars going to give it right back?
What a game. This is nuts.
A wild night on the Palouse.
I was going to get a nap before I went to the airport early in the morning. I think we'll just drive from the game. Wow, this again, you know, I just didn't see the control come back to the receiver. And I thought it was clear, Beth, in the replay on several shots. And to me, that decision, I think, is going to be ruled fumble.
Well, and a question, too, for Wazoo. Should you be throwing it or running it in this situation?
After review, the runner fumbled prior to being down. The ball was recovered in the immediate continuing action by UCLA. First down.
There we go.
Bruins get it back. 5 takeaways for a defense that had just 2 in their first 3 games. DTR in the second half is 12 of 19, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's got a couple of rushing touchdowns. And now a chance to tie the game or take the lead.
Still think his legs here. His legs could be dangerous. Washington State has to be alert for it.
Against a 3-man pressure. First down inside the 10-yard line to the tight end, Asiasi. And a gain of 17.
Cool, calm, collective. He's been seeing the field. We talked about Gordon always getting it to the right spot, to the right receiver. DTR is doing the same thing. Every time he has a plan, he knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball, and he's been on target every single throw.
On first and goal, stepping up and into the pressure, and he's sacked. At the 16-yard line, Justin Rogers, and the first sack of the night.
Your veteran players got to come up big. Rogers, one of the defensive masters, high football IQ coming up big on that sack.
Still with 2 timeouts. Blitz coming, incomplete. Intended for Phillips, and Rogers got a hit on the quarterback.
Yeah, he's in pain, man. This kid is taking a beating today on some hits, and he just keeps going. Tough as nails. I mean, look at this guy. Toughest performances I've seen from a quarterback in a while. Look at him, fighting through it.
In what could be obviously a game changer and a season changer and a career changer for this young quarterback. 3rd and goal, but after the sack, you'd be looking at a 33-yard field goal attempt.
Play clock's down to 3 seconds. They want to get it off.
They do get it off. Felton's got it in his hands, and the playmaker scores for UCLA. For the lead with 1:07 to go.
Beth, the clock was going down to 2 seconds. Coach Kelly was on the sideline, ready to call timeout. Look at him, he was trying to time it up. 5, 4, 3. He's waiting to the very last second. They get the play off. Look at him, and he lets it go, and they scored touchdown. Unbelievable, trusting his guys to get it off.
Thompson Robinson over 500 yards and 5 touchdown passes. A huge night for Demetric Felton. And the Bruins have erased the 32-point deficit to take the late lead.
How about Devin Asiasi right there, the tight end? You got your big lineman coming out, Burton, the right tackle. And this guy's made everybody miss tonight. Demetric Felton, little cut back inside. unbelievable. Excellent job. Watch this. It's a quick screen. Get a big guy out in front. Look at the tight end block right here. Those two players make it happen. And Felton squeezes through. And look at my man, Coach Kelly on the sidelines. Doesn't call a timeout. He wants a high five from somebody. There it is. He gets a low one. I don't think I've seen him smile all season either, but finally getting a smile, and they are shocked here.
So now what's Washington State got in response with 1:07 to go and no timeouts?
It's going to take 10 touchdown throws, Beth. 10 to win this game.
Anthony Gordon's got 9, and he's short 4 points right now.
Look at his score.
And he's 75 yards away. Coming up next at SportsCenter from LA with Linda and Stan. Kirby will have his biggest takeaways from the top 20 matchups. Also, the big week for Gardner Minshew, the former Cougar. And can the Cubs get back in the wild card chase? SportsCenter is next right here on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Herbie wanted to go to bed about 45 minutes ago. He's got to stay up for this madness.
Here we go. Anthony Gordon and the Washington State Cougars down for the first time in a long time. Hit from behind and the ball is out. And the Bruins have recovered. And the return of Keyshawn Lucier South with the exclamation point. And a 6th takeaway for the defense.
Beth, it took them 59 minutes. They haven't come near the quarterback the entire game. He finally gets to play, and big number 11, their leading sacker from last season, didn't play the first 2, comes off the edge. Watch the effort. Just keeps going. And those feet right there. Anthony Gordon has stood in that pocket the same way all game and been protected. The one time he got a little casual, they finally get to him and strip him in the back, and that causes the fumble.
Josh Woods with the recovery. And who would have thunk it midway through the third quarter, down 32 points, that you'd be in the victory formation. A stunning turnaround led by Lucier South and by Thompson Robinson.
He was only going to play a handful of snaps tonight. He probably played about...
He only missed a handful.
Seriously.
What a win for UCLA and Chip Kelly.
Wow. This is a program changer here, this win. I'll tell you, this could catapult your team. What an unbelievable game tonight.
Bruins down big on the road, and they come all the way back. 67-63.
Wow. 32 points, Beth. Hard to explain. I mean, the mental prowess just to stay in that game as a team. All those freshmen and sophomore players who've never been in a game like this, being able to continue to fight, not look at the scoreboard, keep pushing, and DTR leading them. This quarterback had a special day today. I know he did. Anthony Gordon, 9 touchdowns, but it just wasn't enough.
Let's go down to the field, and Rocky.
Coach, 50 second-half points to win this game. How does this feel?
Well, I'm just happy for our players. They've put in a lot of time. We're young, you know. We're maybe the youngest team in the country, but they've battled and they've given great effort. We've played a heck of a schedule now. Play San Diego State, Cincinnati, and Oklahoma. I put that schedule for the start of the season against anybody. And for our guys to come back the way they did and keep battling back, they believe in each other, they trust each other, and I'm just really happy for our players.
I want you to talk to me about your quarterback, DTR. Looked like he was banged up in a lot of pain, had an amazing performance. What happened for him?
Well, he's just a tough kid, and he just keeps growing every week. You know, he got thrown in the mix early last year, and every week he got better every game, and he's gotten better. This is game 4. He's better in game 4 than he was in game 1, and he's a competitor. He's as tough as I've ever had, and I love him.
Is this a program-defining win for you here, Coach?
It's a Pac-12 after dark Saturday night win, and you got to key it up. We got to get back home real quick because we got to face Khalil Tate in Arizona next Saturday. So.
Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, Rob.
Big ol' 8 clap in Westwood for the Bruins, and a stunning come-from-behind win. 67-63. They score 50 in the second half.
All the red eyes around the nation got to see an awesome finish, an awesome game, an awesome way to cap the night off on ESPN.
SportsCenter is coming up in 15 seconds. Wonder what they're going to be talking about. We had a blast. Hope you did too. Thanks for being with us here in Pullman tonight. UCLA and Washington State putting on a show. Both quarterbacks end up with over 500 yards passing. And Anthony Gordon's remarkable 9-touchdown performance is in a loss for the Cougars. SportsCenter coming your way.